Welcome back. I am Rod the Magnificent, your sports barista. Welcome to Coffee Break Sports, aka CBS, where I talk all things sports. And you're here for part 2 of my NFL season preview. Now, in my previous episode, go check the link down low or up top. I have the episode. I predict all of my division winners for both the NFC and the AFC. And now, in this episode, we're going to be talking about Week 1 NFL predictions. Then these are all of my predictions that are going to happen for this Week 1. Exciting. It's always exciting as of this recording. Tonight will be the first game of the season between the Eagles and the Cowboys. So I can't wait. Football is back. And if you love football just like myself, shout it out in the comment section. I got my coffee. We're in the break room. Let's get into these picks. These matchups are going to be very intense. There are going to be some rivalry matchups. There are going to be some swapping of quarterbacks and playing each other the very first game of the season type of thing. So we're going to get into it. Let's go into the first matchup. In the first matchup to kick off the season, again, like I said earlier, the Cowboys and Eagles. And I have the Eagles winning this game easily. The Cowboys just did not do enough to convince me that they're going to be good this season. Getting rid of Micah Parsons is going to be a big blow to this football team. And I just don't think the Cowboys have a chance in this one. Now, I've been hearing rumors of, can the Cowboys pull off the upset for the first game? I don't know. With the ring ceremony, the fans are going to be intense. The Philadelphia Eagles as a team are going to be just really excited. And I know ring ceremonies, when it comes to sports, can take a lot out of a team. You saw it with Kansas City a couple of times. They kind of struggled that first game to win a couple of those games. Actually, they lost to the Lions one of those games, and then they ended up barely beating the Baltimore Ravens. And so, coming off a ring ceremony can be a little bit tiresome. It could take a team out, and then you got the other team that's looking at the other team getting their rings, and they're motivated and they're ready to shut up the fans. So you never know. You might get a more energetic Cowboys team coming into this game, but I got the Eagles winning this one. They are an 8.5 point favorite. Up next, we got the Chiefs going up against the Chargers in Brazil, and I got the Chargers winning this game. This is my upset pick for the week. I got the Chargers winning this, although I did in my previous episode pick the Chiefs to win the division. This is a road game for the Chargers technically. Actually, this is a home game for the Chargers technically, and so the next matchup will be in Kansas City, which I think as I move forward into the future, I predict myself picking the Chiefs to win that game. So I got the Chiefs losing this first game against the Chargers, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs pull off the win. They are a 3-point favorite, but I'm taking the Chargers. Now we're going to get to the Sunday afternoon game, starting off with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers going up against the Falcons. I have the Bucs winning this one over the Falcons. Like I said, I think the Falcons they have too many question marks right now. We don't know what this team is yet, but we do know what the Buccaneers are, and they are a high-powered offense coming into that building on turf, and it's always a good matchup, always a fun time when it's the Falcons versus the Bucs. But I think the Bucs will go on to win this one. They are a 2.5 point favorite. Up next, we got the Bengals going up against the Browns. This one's easy. I got the Bengals winning this one on the road against a Browns team with a lot of question marks. Yes, Joe Flacco is going to be solid for them at quarterback. If you got Joe Flacco, he's going to give you a chance. The old man is going to give you a chance. But I just think that the Bengals have too much firepower. Offensively, they're going to score a lot of points. Defensively, they're going to give up some points. This might be a shootout, ladies and gentlemen, in Cleveland, but I think the Bengals will outshoot the the Browns here. Not condoning violence or anything, but I think the Bengals are going to win that shootout. Up next, we got the Dolphins going up against the Colts. The Colts are a 1-point favorite. I got Miami in this one. I don't believe in Daniel Jones. I don't believe in the Colts. I don't believe in the Dolphins either, but I think they're more talented on paper, and I think they pull off the win there. Up next, we got the Saints going up against the Cardinals. Now, the Saints might put up a fight because they're at home, but I just think the Cardinals will come out on top here. I just think the Saints are the worst team in the NFC. They are the worst team in the NFL at this point. I just don't see the Saints being competitive here. They are a 6.5 point underdog. Next, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers going up against the Jets. I have another upset special. I have the Jets winning this matchup, ladies and gentlemen. I have the Jets winning, beating the Steelers. They are a 3-point underdog. I think the Jets win this one in a close game. I think they're going to be hyped up to embarrass Aaron Rodgers coming back to that building, and I think it's going to be a competitive game, but I think the Jets win this one. And up next, we have the Commanders going up against the Giants. This one's easy. I think Jaden McDaniels is poised to show everybody that he's not going to have a sophomore slump. We'll see. A lot of people are predicting a sophomore slump after what happened to CJ Stroud a year prior. I think Jaden is going to be okay. I think he's going to be okay. I don't think he's going to be, I think teams are going to be a little bit more ready for the Washington Commanders. I think they took a lot of teams by surprise last year, but I think, this year he's going to be ready for challenge. I don't see a superior dominant, performance that they were putting on. The New York Giants have a much better defense. I think they are going to come into this game with a lot to prove. But I think the Commanders come out on top. They are a 6-point favorite. Up next, we got the Carolina Panthers going up against the Jaguars. And I got the Jaguars winning this one easily. Although I think the Panthers are going to be slightly better than they were last year. That's not saying much. But they're going to be better than the Saints, at least. And I just think the Jaguars are going to ride high. They got Travis Hunter now to revive himself this year and, restore order in Jacksonville like he did a couple of years ago. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. But I got the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this game. They are a 3.5 point favorite. Now we're going to go to our afternoon games. We got the Broncos going up against the Tennessee Titans in Denver. I think the Broncos win this game easily over a Titans team that is rebuilding. I just think the Broncos are loaded on offense. Sutton is a beast at wide receiver. He's so underrated. I think they have a good running back core. Bo Nix is going to be ready. That defense is going to be ready. Their defense has been shut down. I actually picked them up in fantasy football last year, and they gave me some great benefits when I picked them up. So I think the Broncos win this one. Sean Payton's going to have these boys ready. The Tennessee Titans are a 8-point underdog. Up next, we got the San Francisco 49ers going up against the Seahawks in Seattle. And Seattle fans are going to be very excited about this one. They're going to be loud. It's going to be ruckus out there. That crowd is going to be insane, but not insane enough to stop this 49ers team that still have a lot of weapons. They still have question marks at wide receiver. Brock Purdy is going to have some challenges now that he doesn't have Deebo Samuels and Brandon Ayuk, but I think he'll be able to answer the bell and open the doors for this offense. I think he's going to be all right, and I think the San Francisco 49ers pull off the win. They are 2.5 point favorites, so the odds makers are giving Seattle somewhat of a chance here. Up next, we got the Green Bay Packers going up against the Lions, a division rivalry that has stood the test of time. No matter how bad or good either of the teams are, it's always an entertaining matchup to watch, and you're going to have questions answered right away whether the Green Bay Packers are ready to take this division. They are at home for this game, and so it should be very competitive. But I got the Lions winning this one. I think the Lions are a 2.5 point underdog, but I've said this about the Lions in past episodes. I think that the Lions are a better road team. They've always been a better road team than they have been a home team. And I think they always, when it comes to Green Bay, it's just something about playing in Green Bay that just lights a fire under these Lions. They just play their best football when they're in Lambeau Field. And so no weather to be a factor here. I think it's going to be a straight up boxing match. We'll see what happens at wide receiver for Green Bay, see what new weapons they have at that position. Will they, because we still don't know, there's still a question mark there of who's going to be the for sure number one wide receiver there. They've been kind of struggling in that department with drops and things of that nature. And then again, there's still questions about whether Jordan Love can take this team to the next level. Even with Micah Parsons added to the squad, will they be that team? And I don't know, but we'll see what happens. I got the Lions winning this one, and actually going to be having them splitting this year. They might, because the Lions don't play that great at home. So Green Bay fans, don't go attacking me in the comments section, because they play again later on this year. You never know which direction I'm going to go. Up next, we got the Rams going up against the Texans. This is going to be a really good matchup, interesting matchup. CJ Stroud versus Matthew Stafford. It seems like Matthew Stafford is healthy and ready to go. I think the Rams win this game and kind of steer off that pressure of the front four that the Texans like to throw at you every game. The Texans have question marks at running back, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know what's going to happen with Joe Mixon. He's going to be out for 4 weeks, but it could be longer. We don't know. I just think the Rams are one of the cream of the crops in the NFC. And for people that might have forgotten, this is the team that came the closest to beating the Eagles in the playoffs. Okay, so I think the Rams are going to win this game. They are a 3-point favorite. And now we're to our 7 o'clock game on Sunday. We have the Ravens going up against the Bills in a rematch in Buffalo, and this is going to be an excellent start to the season, getting this matchup delivered to us at our doorstep. I mean, it gets no more exciting than this. Josh Allen coming off an MVP season, Lamar Jackson coming off losing that MVP to Josh Allen, also losing in the playoffs to Josh Allen off a Mark Andrews drop pass in the end zone. And that wasn't the only reason why they lost the game, but a lot of Baltimore fans still got that pierced in their memory, and they're looking at this game as a revenge game. But I think that the Bills still hold serve here. The Bills are a 1-point underdog. I think they cover that. I think they come out on fire. They made some moves to improve their defense. They've made some moves to improve their offense. And I think they are going to win a shootout here against the Baltimore Ravens at home. And last but not least, my Chicago Bears going up against the Minnesota Vikings at home for Monday Night Football. I'm actually so stoked for this matchup. I think it's going to be interesting to see our hometown native as a Viking going up against his team that he used to root for in the Chicago Bears. And the Bears coming off a interesting season last year, which left a lot of Bears fans frustrated and throwing their arms up because of Matt Eberflus. But here you have Ben Johnson to the rescue, who is going to turn this offense around. Well, we'll see. But I got the Bears winning this game. They are actually a 1.5-point underdog for this game. I think the Bears offensively, if they cut off the mistakes, the pre-snap mistakes, I think they'll be fine. And I think Caleb Williams is one of those guys. Once he gets into a groove and he's locked in, he's going to put on a show. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to put on a show. And so I know that there are a lot of Bears fans that are still pessimistic about this season and saying, well, it's the Bears, and it doesn't make a difference. They get rid of this coach, and then they get rid of this quarterback, and then it's all repeating. And we're rooting for the backup quarterback to be the starter, and this, that, and the third, and all of this other stuff. But I just think that at the end of the day, you have to learn somewhere. I always believed in quarterback-coach relationships, and especially when the coach is the offensive coordinator. And so in this situation, I think this is going to be a good match for the Bears. I think they're going to come out firing on all cylinders. I think their defense is going to be ready to put in some work. And again, Flores is no joke on defense. I'm not saying the Bears are going to come out there and put up 40. They have enough weapons to put up some points on the board. It should be no excuse why the Bears shouldn't be able to score more than 10 or 17 points in this game. Matter of fact, I see this as a high-scoring game. I see this one finishing off in the 20s. I got the Bears 27-21 to win this game. So there you have it. Those are my picks, and I'm sticking to it. And I am your sports barista, Rod the Magnificent. Thanks for watching part 2 of these episodes. My final thoughts on the NFL season. Man, I am looking forward to it. I really think that this is going to be a very exciting season. As far as my Chicago Bears go, I got them as their ceiling as a 10-7 team and their minimum as an 8-9 team. So those are my expectations for the Chicago Bears. And so again, as you follow this channel, I'm going to be covering a lot of things NFL. You're going to see a lot of Bears content on here. So if you're a Bears fan, give a shout out in the comment section. But other than that, I appreciate you guys tuning in to this episode of week 1 of my NFL picks. Stay tuned for week 2 of NFL picks that I'll be dropping next week. Until then, I will see you guys on the next episode. Stay grounded for life when it comes to sports. And thanks for chilling with me in the break room. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.